honestly, to me, the Rhodes was always like the piano. It was always just a part of the tracking, always a part of, you know, there's always going to be a Rhodes track. There's always going to be that. So it was always a part of my writing. It was always a way in which I wrote. I would always, if I didn't have access to a piano, I could find a Rhodes. Somebody would have one, or there'd be a practice room with one at Berkeley, or that's the way I wrote. So I have always recorded with the Rhodes, and I played one on my second record. I didn't play on my first record, so I've started playing them on the second record. You know, in the 70s, just so lush with the actual sound of musicians making music, and the Fender Rhodes is such a part of that history, particularly of soul music, in my mind, growing up with that sound, growing up with the Fender Rhodes. Michael McDonald, the Doobie Brothers, and where it's featured so prominently, you know, where you learn the sound. To take these songs, and I do this sometimes, is try to take a classic song and try to sort of realize it, to pay homage to what was done before, but to try to create something that will go forward as a new classic. To be able to do that with Joe, another, you know, master of the Fender Rhodes. We would be on the bus sometimes and listening to records, and you could hear, I could hear, like, sometimes he'd say, oh yeah, me and your dad must have been listening to the same thing around a certain time. You know, just the sound of the Rhodes, listening to Herbie, listening to all these records. So Joe is a dear, dear, dear friend of mine, and he's so crazy. I actually have dates with him coming up, so I can't wait to see him. I play the street of life because there's no place I can go. Street life, it's the only life I know. Street life, there's 1,000 parts to play. Street life, till you play your life away.